Welcome everyone to a very special, incredibly cozy explainer. Go ahead and lower the lights, maybe pull up a warm blanket, and just settle in. Tonight, we're going on a soothing yet honestly kind of hilarious journey into a phenomenon taking place right in our own living rooms. Think of this as a bedtime story, but one backed by the very scientific observation of the tiny, furry comedians we live with. So let's dive in.
So, are you sitting comfortably? Excellent, because our source material tonight takes us deep into the fascinating psychology of small dogs. You know, these little guys are essentially naturally occurring comedians. And the best part? They don't even have to try. They are effortlessly funny just existing in their luxurious little fur coats. But to truly appreciate their comedic genius, we've got to look at how they view the world, starting with their absolute, profound lack of self-awareness.
Once upon a time, in a living room not so far away, lived our tiny protagonist. And their entire story really revolves around one simple fact. They have absolutely no idea how small they actually are. I mean, they operate on a completely different scale of reality than you or I do.
Chapter 1. A Giant in Disguise.
Now, to really get this, we have to look at the grand scheme of the house and the great outdoors, because the core of a small dog's identity is their unwavering belief in their own massive stature. When they step outside, their internal dialogue is just epic. Imagine a tiny chihuahua, right? Barely taller than a blade of grass, locking eyes with a huge, hulking hound. In the chihuahua's mind, dramatic battle music instantly kicks in. They lock in, and their internal monologue whispers, "Yes, this is my enemy. I will defeat it." They literally do not see weight classes. They only see glorious victory. And the sheer scale of this comedic disconnect is amazing. You have the Chihuahua's mindset, which is absolute, unyielding warfare against a mighty enemy. And then you have the big dog's perspective, just gazing down in pure, unadulterated confusion, wondering, wait, is this a snack or a friend? It's the ultimate David versus Goliath story. Except, well, Goliath just wants to take a nap, and David is vibrating with unearned confidence.
Chapter 2. The Tiny Royal Guard.
Now that unearned confidence translates directly into their day job. Because these little heroes genuinely believe they're giants, they naturally take on the role of your 24/7 elite security detail. They're tirelessly guarding their lap kingdom from all threats, seen, unseen, and, let's be honest, entirely imaginary. And the crucial thing to understand here is how they communicate. Small dogs don't just make noise. Barking is an official, highly urgent announcement. It is a public service broadcast meant to alert the entire neighborhood of a developing situation. Seriously, think about their daily threat assessment protocol. A door closes? Bark. A leaf shifts slightly in the wind? Bark. Someone has the absolute audacity to walk past your house on the public sidewalk? Emergency meeting! All paws on deck! It's like they're running a highly intense security firm. But, as our sources point out, instead of protecting you, their relentless efforts mostly just end up scaring absolutely no one. And of course, this royal authority doesn't stop at the front window. It extends straight to your furniture. A small dog will hop right up, sit on your lap like an absolute king, stare you dead in the eyes, and act as if you are the guest in their house. And if you dare to adjust your posture, or, heaven forbid, try to move them, they look at you with this deep aristocratic offense, as if to say, "Excuse me, this spot is reserved."
Chapter 3. The Great Bath Betrayal.
But, even kings have their dark days. Ah, the sheer, unadulterated drama of water. This is really where our tiny comedians put on their greatest theatrical performance. Step 1, you place them in the tub. Step 2, instantly, you get the sad movie face of eternal betrayal. I mean, they look so dramatic, shivering as if you have broken their heart forever. It is a truly Oscar-worthy performance of tragedy. But the real comedy, that's step 3, because literally 5 minutes later, they forget absolutely everything and are back to zooming around the house like the trauma never even happened.
Chapter 4. The Furry Tornado Strikes.
Seriously, the whiplash from tragic victim, the high-speed blur, is incredible. When a small dog gets excited, they don't just run, they bend the laws of physics. Just think about the sheer chaos of their evening schedule. At 8 p.m., they are the calm lap king, demanding you stay perfectly still. At 8:05 p.m., they're suffering through the tragic bath betrayal, looking at you like you ruined their life. And by exactly 8:10 p.m., full-speed furry tornado. You don't even know what just happened. The energy spike is sudden, totally unpredictable, and completely hilarious.
During this tornado phase, they somehow possess the fastest legs in the world. They're just running in rapid, impossible circles at top speed. You might not even be able to see them clearly, but you know exactly what's happening because of that sound. You hear it before you see it, right? That frantic tap, 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 tap across the hard floor. The unmistakable sound of pure, uncontained joy.
Chapter 5. Big Personality, Tiny Package.
Okay, let's slow things back down for a second and reflect on the real moral of our story tonight. The funniest thing about these tiny comedians isn't even what they do, it's how they see themselves. Powerful, brave, in charge of absolutely everything. They take themselves so seriously. They never once look in the mirror and think, oh, I'm small. They only see a lion. And honestly, as the source text points out, that level of unwavering, gigantic confidence, it's kind of impressive. It's inspiring, really.
So, they might be tiny in stature, but their personality is undeniably huge. They are, essentially, a big dog, just compressed down into a hilarious, noisy, deeply dramatic little package. They pack all the energy, all the bravery, and all the security alerts of a giant mastiff right into a body that fits in a handbag.
So, as we wrap up our story and get ready to tuck in for the night, I'll leave you with this one final thought. They may be tiny, they may be incredibly dramatic, but if they're the ones claiming the royal spot on the sofa, announcing every single moving leaf, and dictating the entire evening schedule, who is the real master of the house? Sweet dreams, everyone, and thanks for exploring this with me.